popping in with some Simon Says Stamps goodies. This is, I believe it's considered the March box of the month, which I just got and I haven't opened it yet. So we're going to just go ahead and open it and get my live reactions as I knocked myself in the head with the box. Yay. I didn't actually look at the sneak peek for this one, so I don't know what the theme is, but it always comes with some goodies. I like the Simon Says Stamps boxes because they give you a little candy treat, which I'll probably have in a little bit. Oh my gosh. Okay. So 2023, 2024, those were like, bows are back in all of a sudden. We're flashing back to the 70s and 80s and 90s a little bit. But these are really cute and I have a lot of ideas for that. Let's see what else came in it. This little, it's called, I don't even know, galvanized metal maybe? But this one says, life itself is the most wonderful fairy tale. Keep room in your heart for the unimaginable. Love is never wasted. And lucky is a state of mind. Well, since the theme of imaginary luck, all that. We have florals. What do they call this one? Drifting flowers. It's an interesting embossing folder. And then there's a code. And then we have an envelope, some really cute paper. You can either cut out the little sentiments here or use the back. I like these sets because you don't get the full pad. You just get a little sample of the pads. And then if you want to go and purchase the full pad, you can. Generally, not always is it still in stock, but it's kind of cool. This one is Tweet Friend, not sweet, tweet. And lots of birds, so that's cute. Birthday sing note friend. So that will make a nice card exchange card. We've got some pink glitter cardstock and foil cardstock. I always love foil cardstock. I don't use it as often as I think I will, but I have a little tray of it. So a few shades of that, and then solar white cardstock. And I got 2 sheets of the Ninon 110-pound cardstock, which I have some. It always is nice to have more though. So I am going to challenge myself to make a card. And oh my goodness. The other nice thing that comes in the Simon Says Stamp card kits are these little sample by their design team. There's little samples of their design team using the stamp sets and or the card kits, and they're really stinking cute. Like, I really like this all pink one. I'm kind of tempted to make an all pink one. I don't know. So I'm going to challenge myself to figure out something by the crafty seat of my pants. I'm not going to give myself a time limit. I am just going to go with it, and I don't even know where to start. Ooh, now this is pretty, and this would be unexpected to put the more rustic pink with the more modern pink glitter. That's something I could do. And then of course these flowers are just really pretty on the paper. Oh man, this is a difficult choice, very difficult choice. Oh, and that flower stand would just, if you cut it down and then add a little sentiment right on the edge, that would be like the cutest card ever. I might just do that for a quick card. Just to say I did one. Also, since last time I was on and sharing videos with you all, I hit 700 subbies. In fact, the last time I looked, it was 707 subbies, which I am ecstatic about. So thank you all for joining in. If you're new here, I'm Bethany, and I am a crafty mama and small business owner, and I have 3 littles, ages 5, 4, and 3 now. When I first started this channel, my son was not born yet, so we've come a long way since I started this channel. Yeah, and my husband also has his own channel, and he does a lot of inspiration and wealth building and family building, legacy building, all that. I help him with that too when he lets me. And then love you, hubby. And yeah, we are at it all the time. There's like never a shortage of things to be done around our house. That is for sure. And sometimes this is my crafty retreat. Sometimes I'm playing with alcohol inks, painting, resin, a lot of faux leather crafting, although I've taken a break since I think the last time I did any of that was in November. So I generally am doing that in January and February, but this year I decided to shift it a little bit to later in the year. So we'll see how I like that plan. I'll keep you posted. Yeah, so there's lots to catch you up on. I'm going to go off screen real quick and find where I put my die cutter. Or my die machine. Because I don't see it in the, right next to me. Where it should be. So I'll be right back. Alright, success. I did find my die cutting machine hidden deep in the depths of my oops, let me just throw all of my notes my work notes on my desk. I found it back in that closet door behind me. That's a walk-in closet full of merchandise and blanks and lots of things to play with. Yeah, my mom and I are crafty co-business owners, and actually hubby does help us find designs and inspiration when we ask him, and feedback too. But we have had this crafty business since, well, technically I started it by myself. I would say my daughter was either on her way, my oldest, so she's 5 now. So at least 5 years I've been creating, but I have been a graphic designer for 20 plus years. Aging myself a little bit. I do look a lot younger than I actually am, yes. But I also have been just designing and creating. I've been in the film industry. My first advertisement that I directed and filmed was on national TV at age 19. And so I've kind of just been doing this like for a very long time. And BB Productions was created and named 25 years ago. 25 years ago. Oh my gosh. Whew, no pressure. Yeah, I just realized that. Okay. So I am making myself a little sandwich here for my die kit, and I think I only need 1 plate, but we'll figure that out. So it's behind me. I'm not going to show it to you except for unless you see it on a little tiny screen up here. And just going to feed it through. And because that paper is like thicker and glitter, yeah, it didn't even nick it. Yeah, not even remotely close. So I definitely need that other spacer Okay, let's try that again. Crafting by the crafty seat in my pants and experimenting. Hope you're enjoying it. Alright. You can tell I'm putting it under a lot of pressure now. Ooh, that sounded dangerous. And we got a snap back. So finding that fine balance between everything is always interesting. But look at how cute that bow is. Oh my gosh. I'm not obsessed with bows, but I love what I've seen people do with them design-wise. And so I have a feeling I'm going to end up doing my own series of bow designs, honestly. Because I think the bows are cute. Like, there's certain ones that appeal to me more than others, but just bows in general are just stinking adorable, so. And I have two girls, one of which is a very girly girl, and she loves her bows. They both love bows, actually. So back to when I started the boutique portion of BB Productions, I was pregnant with my oldest 5 years ago, and I wanted to make her hair bows. It was just something I had seen on one of the summits, I believe, and I was like, I want to do that for myself. And so the first thing I made was earrings, I believe. Second thing I made was wristlets, and then the third thing I made were bows. And yeah, I fell in love with the idea, the concept, everything. Yeah, that glitter is definitely making these work a little bit extra. Alright, and I'm going to only do 3 styles of bows. But I really love, I mean, these are really great dies because they are leaving little, if you can see them, little etches where it's embossed too on top of it. So these bows are stinking cute. If you like the bows, hopefully Simon Says Stamps will have these bows available for sale separately. They just, wow, they're cute. Very, very cute. And then I'm gonna do this bow too because it's cute. I also teach and do sublimation crafts, so if you're looking through all of my old videos, you'll see a lot of sublimation. That is my main staple for sales between the bows and sublimation. That's basically the bulk of what I sell. I sell other things when the mood strikes me or I have a certain project I want to make for a certain person, but it's gotta work. But I love designing my sublimation designs because generally if I have a really great idea, I just sit there and I'll sit there for hours and just create design after design. Every once in a while I get stumped on a creation that, you know, it's just not flowing for me. I had one like that back this last winter season, and I kind of gave up on it a little bit because it was, someone had asked for it. She ended up not even buying it, but I did sell it to someone else, so it was okay. But it was just one of those, like, I just couldn't find the right fit for me. And honestly, if I had scrubbed it through AI, I probably would have figured out the right fit for me. Just being honest. But I personally wasn't liking what I came up with, so I kind of just let it be. And I did end up creating it and selling it, like I said. But I do that a lot where You know, certain people will ask for certain items, and I just go to creating, and that's where a lot of like the custom creation for our business came from. So how do we want to do this? Okay, I want to use this pink, and we'll zoom in a little bit so you can see better. I'm thinking, let's see if I like any of these foils. We're gonna just be a little bit extra right now, I think. But I'm thinking that this should be outside that. And then if I use a strip of the gold and then place the bows there, that's kind of where I'm thinking this one's going. Trying to keep it a little simple, but still have fun. Let's see. See if I like any of the sentiments from here. Yeah, I think I will pick some of the sentiments off of there. Okay, so all right, so I am going to keep this. I'm gonna keep it simple, but feel like I gotta zhuzh it up. I know, I'm gonna just stress it a little bit. Okay, all right, I've crafted in my mind what I'm going to do. We're really on the crafty seat of my pants today. So the foil is going to be the backdrop on my A2 size card. Generally, I like to do A2 size card bases. It's not everyone's forte. I get it. Not mad about it. That's just my design aesthetic that generally fits in that smaller space. And then of course when I do graphic design, a lot of my designs are 12 by 12s. Like I could put it on a t-shirt or a coffee mug or a tumbler or whatever else I need to fit it on. So, and then it's interesting how my paper crafting aesthetic is very small and condensed, and then my graphic design aesthetic is not. Just a comment, you know, on how I design things. So I have a Nina 110 pound cardstock already created here. Let's line it up. Make sure it's not super off. Alright, and then I want it to be a 1/4 inch all around. So that brings this down to 3 3/4. For those of you who don't know, an A2 size card base is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So if I want a 4 1/4, or if I want a 1/4 inch space all around, I need to cut this down a 1/2 inch. And that should give me enough space. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It's a little bit unique, and I'm liking it. Okay, now second guessing my move to have the gold foil in my line. I feel like I need it to be something different. I'm gonna pause and be right back. So off screen, I went and cut down this pink regular 60 pound cardstock from Michaels, and I am just going to use that as my anchor point for these bows. I think they're gonna be super cute. And I'm going to pre-lay out everything so I can visually see and make a decision about how I want to do the sentiment. I have, you know, an idea in my head, but just always want to make sure and confirm before I start going at it. Yeah. See, how simple and how cute that is. Like, just, yeah. Okay, so I want my sentiment to be, this is going to be a birthday card. Why not? Some glitters for some birthday. Let's see. I'm going to be super simple and just have wishing you a happy birthday. Nothing else has inspired me a lot. Mostly because I'm not going to use one of the birds, and some of these are bird specific, so it's okay. I will use the birdies another day. Don't worry. My goal is to get 1 card. 2 as a bonus. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I underthought this. I'm glad I laid it out, because now I'm looking at this, and design-wise, the birthday would stamp off of the space I have for it. I mean, I could be brave and do tone-on-tone stamping, like right onto the pattern paper and hope I don't miss. I could even be even more brave and commit to all of these bows being laid down except for the bottom one. Oh my gosh. All right, now we're going into full graphic designer mode and layering. So when do a project on my computer screen, sometimes some of my projects have like 30 something layers. So when I do card making, a lot of my projects end up with a lot of layers. And I'm starting to notice that more often. Okay, so I like to do a visual layout though now. Making sure it looks aesthetically pleasing. So in order to do what I think I want to do, I would need to glue these all down and double check that it looks good on the screen too. I may not glue the bows. I will probably have to glue the 2 pink papers together though. Okay. Yeah, that's where I think we're going on this. Okay, so before I glue them together though, I have this idea I'm going to distress a little bit. I have Simon Hurley's Prom Queen, one of my favorite pinks. Such a cute pink ink. And because I have my glass mat, I'm going to utilize that. Try not to knock stuff off of my desk today. I just have a little bit, not a whole lot, and I'm just brushing against the edge. So we're getting just this very tiny, and I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see better, but we're getting a tiny, tiny hue of pink. I mean, it is so subtle, even with my lighting. Let's see if I can darken my lighting here. Nope. It is not really showing. But let's see if I can turn my temp down. I'll turn my temp down a little bit. Now you can see. I'll turn the temp back up when I'm finished. But now you can see how there's just a hair of a touch of pink right along that edge. And you notice I'm not swirling. I'm just letting the edge of those bristles with that little bit of ink on it just caress the side of that paper. And it's coming off with this variegated look. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same with and yes, I'm standing up because I want to be able to see it how you guys see it. All right, I'll bring my temp back up a little bit because now it's a little too dark for this one. And grabbing a little more ink. And then just brushing the edge of my brush right along there and adding a shadow of that Prom Queen pink. Woo-hoo, it is so gorgeous in person. I mean, It's, unless you knew it was there, you probably wouldn't even identify it. But visually, it just makes the paper stand out. Pop a little bit more, and when I finish popping this out, I think it'll be even better. Okay, so now that I have that committed to, I'm going to zoom back out and change my color back. All right, now we are going to commit to this idea and glue. It's always scary sometimes, not always, but generally it's a little intimidating to glue stuff when you are excited about the design, but you're not sure you did everything the way you want it to look. And so I'm just going to add a fine line of the pink. The glue to the pink. Whew, words are hard right now. I do need to remember to refill my glue soon. But just a little tap, tap, tap. I overglued on this edge, but that's okay. All right, now I'm gonna grab my Misty. And all right, I might hate this, but I want to do a tone-on-tone pink. Meaning I'm going to use the Prom Queen to stamp this out. And again, I might hate it. I might love it. I'm not sure yet. But for right now, this is what we're going with. And I'm risking it by going super close to the edge. But that's why we have it in the Misty. So I can adjust until I feel like I've adjusted enough. Wishing you a happy birthday. And here's the thing. I have a backup plan if I don't like the tone-on-tone, which is called, I'm going to put black over it. But for right now, we're going to try the tone-on-tone. I think the Prom Queen will look amazing. But in case I hate it, there's a backup plan, just to let you know. And let's go. Use a little pressure. Say a little tiny prayer that it works out. Okay, so obviously I did not, and I'm off the screen, but it looks good. Just obviously I did not clean my stamp, meaning I didn't prep it. I literally just took it from the package and said, okay, let's go. That's my bad. I'm pulling some newbie moves, but that's okay. Just gonna add another layer, but I don't hate the tone-on-tone, so that's the good news. And it's stamping out a little bit better. Just need a little more ink on those first couple of letters in the birthday, and then we should be good. This is also part of why a Misty or a Stamparatus or some kind of stamp tool is helpful, because when you forget to prep your stamps and clean your stamps before using them for the first time, you can have multiple presses and not worry about placement all over again. Now that's amazing. And yeah, okay. Oh, I'm getting excited now. Can you tell? Yeah. Fun times. Okay. So, set that aside and clean it later. I am loving the look. We're going to zoom in a little bit, because now all we really have to do is glue, I think. So, in the spirit of trying not to overglue, which I have a tendency to do, I'm going to do an extremely light layer, and it's helped by the fact that I need to fill my glue. So, adding my foil And this is a really nice thick cardstock. It'll make the card a little bit heavier, but that's okay. It absorbs a little bit better than a standard cardstock because it's kind of like a cardboard, a very thin, obviously, cardboard behind it. Oh, look at those beautiful butterflies. Man, good thing I have a little extra of this. Those butterflies are super cute. All right, and then adding another layer of this. All right, and visually placing it as centered as possible. Hopefully I have enough, yeah, I have enough glue that if I'm a little wonky, it's not too bad. And that's looking great. Press it down for a couple seconds. Make sure nothing's lifting anywhere. I'm actually going to put some pressure here. I don't know where my acrylic block is. I made it disappear apparently my last time I filmed. So I also have an exciting announcement, and I will leave as many links as possible as I remember down below. But I am going to do a giveaway for the 700 subbies. That's exciting announcement number 1. So make sure to check out the link below for that. Exciting announcement number 2 is I will be part of the Card Makers Success Summit. And so that link, if you would like to join, is also down below. This will be, I believe, it's my second, possibly my third. I've lost track, honestly, of how many times I have participated as a speaker in the Card Makers Success Summit. But I am thrilled to be doing it again. I just have fun every time I do it, and it pushes me a little bit to think beyond. All right, and we're gonna place this one just a hair off. Yeah, trying to create visual intrigue by not keeping it completely enclosed in this box shape. And I feel like I'm going to have to add some white somehow. Let's see how my white gel pen holds up, maybe? I don't know. Or I might just leave it simple. I don't know. Clean and simple. We'll see. Depends on if I want to do a second card or not. That one's a little thinner. So I will be presenting on foiling. And some of you may already know because you came through her channel, but Debbie J will also, I believe, be teaching on foiling. So apparently we're the foil queens this year. Yeah, and I love the results of my card. It's like really cool. So I hope you all are able to join. If you can't join live, you can also get the VIP pass, which allows you access early. There's lots of extra goodies for the VIPers. Yeah, it's just really cool how it's set up. And it's a nice way to get inspired. And, you know, especially this time of year, I feel like we need a little bit extra inspiration. We're kind of in that seasonal change where you want to be crafting, but you don't know what to be crafting because it's not like you're doing the holidays this early. I mean, some people do. I didn't even do holidays last year, to be honest. And my holiday stuff takes up an entire shelf on my space. And the closest to that is maybe my shelf of florals might be the closest to that amount. So I'm going to cap that. Just letting the weight of the tape dispenser be my little press. And yeah, why not? I'm just going to cross over on to the B of the birthday. It's okay. It's adding visual intrigue and interest. And of course, I got a little bit of glue on that foil, trying to buff it out, but not too bad. All right. layering has happened in this card, and I'm excited. And, you know, I could add some perfect pearls. I could add pops of color, but for right now, I'm thinking this one is so simply cute and fun that I don't want to add another thing. Simple, fast, easy. And that's the nice thing about having card kits. You'll see me use card kits a lot on my channel because sometimes I don't want to have to think. Like, I'll get inspired by a certain set, but it's cool to have all of the materials or most of the materials already in your box. And it's like, here's a box, here's some inspiration, now go play. And card kits are great for that. You'll see that I use Not Too Shabby a lot. I love her card kits. They are stinking adorable. There's just so many different places that have really great card kits. Simon Says Stamp I'm a little newer to, but I like that they don't have the same stuff every time. You get little trinkets sometimes. You'll get a die one time, a stencil another time. Usually there's an embossing folder. Occasionally there isn't, though. It's a matter of what's in the set. Alright, so I'm going to just go ahead and do one more because I still think this one's really cute. My only thing is, do I want it up and down with some white around it? And the flowers on the back are so cute. I think visually I want it this direction. And let's see, I think we're going to do it with the blue foil. Because why not? The blue goes with the blue in the awning. And this time, I'm going to keep it even thinner. Okay, so now that I've visually decided where we're roughly going to go, I'm actually going to use that one paper pad or sheet as my sentiment. We're going to keep this one extra simple. So, trimming down. That's how we'll start. Let's see, 4 1/4. Actually, let's start with our height, 5 1/2, because I want that one to be a little bit bigger. So we're actually just going to leave an edge of an 1/8 inch this time around. So the foil, there's only going to be an 1/8 inch. So my measurements, you can't see it, but to keep an 1/8 inch, don't mind my mess up here, but to keep an 1/8 inch, so the card base is 5 1/2, so I'm going to cut my focal part down to 5 1/4. Mathing, extra mathing, make sure I have enough force there. All right, setting that aside. And then, so 4 1/4 would be then 4. So 4 inches there. And then we'll cut the foil down to the full card base size again. So 5 1/2. And this is spring loaded. Sometimes I don't think it's all the way down when it totally is. So if you ever see me doing that, it's just because I'm getting used to it. All right, and 4 1/4. All right, now got my card base already ready to go. And then I've got my focal image. And now I want to decide What sentiment do I want? Okay, well, because I can't decide immediately what sentiment I want, I'm just going to cut all of these down as best as I can. And this one I'm just lining up my notches. It's not perfectly, don't mind my head, getting in the shot. All right, well, that's not too bad. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut down all the rows. Why not? Have them ready to go. Since I'm committing to this side of the paper, I might as well. All right, and then which sentiment? We have get well soon. This is a cute thank you card, or thinking of you. Choices. Okay, I'm thinking a thank you card is in order. Why not? Always need an extra one hanging around. So, refresher. Make sure you check the links down below. And I did a little undercutting, so I'm just gonna hand trim it. I mean, it's not super noticeable, but I'll notice. There we go. That's better. Now there's a slightly distressed edge if you look really closely, but we're not. All right. So we're just going to use the thank you. All right, and then now we can zoom in and visually commit to the simple card that this one's going to be. All right, so we have thank you. Now I have to decide. I wish it were a hair smaller. But I'm going to use blue. No, I'm not going to use a blue. No, not liking any of those colors. Okay, so I have a really beat up piece of paper here. We're going to make our own color. That's what we're going to do. Okay, I just went from simple to graphic and complicated. But anyways, we're going to balance this with a 3/4 inch belly band that I'm going to color myself. And let's see. Visually, I want it to be the same length as the focal image. So there we go. And we'll grab a blue and I'll be right back. So I actually changed my mind on the blue because I realized I like the cookie dough better. And we're gonna just do that same technique where we just rub a little bit. And this one I'm gonna have a little bit extra because I want to play it out that this is not white. This is not a white belly band. Bland, yeah. No, definitely not bland. So I'm kind of changing my pressure to make it a little more distressed, but I don't want the paper to look white. And now I'm going to just actually dip it right in to darken the edges. and you'll see I made a little boo-boo, and that's kind of the point, because we're just adding little scratchy looking things just to give it dimension, make it not look so controlled. Little bits unbalanced, kind of matching the watercolor distressing in the awning. All right. Now, oh, you know what I did? I must be tired. That second cup of coffee didn't kick in. I meant to cut this down to 4 inches, not 5. Oh, yeah. All right, 4 inches it is. I forgot what direction I'm putting this belly band here. All right, so now I'll redistress the bottom, or the cut side, the newly cut side. But it's a very, and you can kind of see how I distressed it a little bit. It's very subtle, but it works. It's fun, and I think it'll make this stand out a little bit. So now we're gonna commit again and assemble. Got my glue. Oh yeah, fun times. Yes, Franklin, how may I help you?
Can I have this?
What is this? Yes you can, but you need to eat it in the kitchen, please.
No, I won't make a mess of it.
Nope, kitchen it is, buddy.
I won't make a mess.
Well, Franklin decided to come give me a hug while I was getting my ink. And then I asked him if he wanted to come onto the screen, and he goes, "No, thank you." Because that's what 3-year-olds say. No, thank you. I have a very polite 3-year-old here. All right, and then this one's a little more tighter on the edges, so it'll be a little more noticeable if I'm super over on one side than the other. So I think that's visually, yep, that's pretty centered. Yep. And you know, I could just give the card like that. I mean, that is really cute, quite honestly, but gotta just go with the layers. All right, this one I'm gonna visually look over again, decide where I want it. I want it here. Versus here. Yeah, I want it here. Let's go where the heavier part of the image is. And keep that balance. And I'm just going to leave a hair there. And look at how cute that is. And I could have distressed the image too, but it's okay. So let me put this under that little brick there and finish drying and cleaning up. So don't forget to also check out my affiliate links down below. If I got it from Amazon, it'll be there. Certain places that I have affiliate links to, feel free to click those links and shop. Any little bit of support is greatly appreciated. Yeah, I absolutely love card kits. I am a card kit fanatic. I don't have a lot. I have maybe like full card kits, probably like 8, 9, or 10. But left, I should say. I dig into them. That's my point. I dig into them a lot, and I use them a lot because they're fun and they're easy and they simplify life, especially when I'm on the go and I just want to whip out something quickly. Having those card kits, everything one in one spot, especially with a little inspiration card, just does a lot for me. Because my card stash, quite honestly, like, I used to sell cards, and I don't think I've sold cards in at least 2 years because my card stash itself has depleted extremely because I'm either giving them away or there's an event or whatever, and so there's not much left to sell by the time I have any time to make those to sell. So, anyways, what do you think? Which one's your favorite? They're both very clean and simple looks, but still a little mixed media. I love the bows. So, but I do love this image. This image is really pretty. I hope you had fun. I hope you got a little bit of inspiration today. And don't forget to join the giveaway. Like, share, and subscribe if you already haven't. And please, please, please check out my links below. We have our crafty shop. We've got my Mary Kay business, hubby's channel, as well as just a plethora of links for you. And if you can't find a link or you're looking for a specific item and you need a link, drop a comment and let me know. I would be happy to add that link for you. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Don't forget to find the joy in your day, and happy making. Bye!